the last video I want to go over to or last game I want to go over to, the ACC Championship. This is kind of the surprising one. We're all watching the Cal SMU game to see how that would turn out, because if SMU won that game, they would be in. But because they lost, somehow a 7-5 Duke is playing in this game. And then somehow further, the spread is only 4.5 points right now. So, and the over-under is 57.5. So, want to talk a little bit about this game. If Virginia wins, kind of we talked about in the CFP recap. If Virginia wins, I think they're in as one of the top 5 conference champions that get automatic bids. If Duke wins, at least right now, they're not ranked in the top 25. JMU is, and then both Tulane and North Texas are. So we could have kind of the American and Sun Belt giving that 4th and 5th automatic bid. But want to see what the advanced analytics are telling us about this game and what INSZN AI's the kind of insights it's giving into it.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now the spread is Virginia by 3.5. INSZN AI is saying that Virginia wins this game 83% of the time. When you see a spread of around 83%, you're thinking 2-touchdown win, even more sometimes. So statistically, a very lopsided matchup, just based from our internal metrics. And the pick conviction on this is high. So what high means is we're accurate on this about 87% of the time. So I'm not saying that you should bet this game, but I will be betting this game in terms of Virginia covering the spread. I think that, Virginia's had a pretty solid year all year. Duke kind of stumbled their way into the ACC Championship at 7-5. But overall, if you even just dig down into the metrics a little bit more, you kind of start to better understand the lopsidedness nature of this game. Sorry to Duke fans, but this is a pretty solid Virginia team and one of the best Virginia teams I've seen in a long time or in recent memory. But in terms of rankings, Duke is 29 offensively, Virginia is 46, but Duke defensively is 87, whereas Virginia is 29. And I think that's going to be kind of the hallmark of this game is Virginia doesn't have a great offense. Chandler Morris has been pretty solid this year. Jamari Taylor's been good on the running game. Terrell Harris has been good on the wide receiving end. I mean, they have a couple different punches and options they can take throughout this game in order to score and move the ball down the field. And I just don't know necessarily if Duke is able to stop that type of run, stop that type of pace. And so overall, I have Virginia winning this game. I'm happy to jump into any player level metrics or anything else you want to see, but just from the standpoint of what I'm looking at here, I think this is a pretty clear matchup in terms of who I think is going to win this game, and the nature behind the actual metrics and statistics of these two teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. This is kind of like, although it's even closer, I guess 13 is the last time they met. So 2 weeks ago, there's been one game in between. But and BYU kind of similar to Texas Tech, they played in week 12.
Yeah.
So we kind of saw not that the outcome of that game is going to necessarily be the outcome of this game, but these teams just saw each other. It's not like the Alabama, Georgia that played early. This is there's been one game in between. And Virginia came out on top of that, 34-17. So
and in that matchup, we also had the prediction is we Duke was a favorite by 5.5 points, and we actually had predicted the upset there, 60-40. And so now, when you think about how the model's progressed over even just the past 2-3 weeks, it's continued to refine itself and pointing more in the direction of Virginia. So I think that's another interesting thing to call out, is we predicted the upset 2 weeks ago, and then we're now predicting even more of a lopsided outcome. Having 83%, that what I said was about 2 touchdowns. Virginia won by 2 touchdowns. So I think that's kind of goes to show how the model itself has refined itself over time, but also how it learns from past outcomes of one predicting the upset, but 2 now saying, yep, we've seen this before. We've seen how these 2 statistical matchups happen, and we see what the outcome of it is. And it now is saying this is a high conviction pick in favor of Virginia.
Yeah. So not to spoil anyone, but spoiler alert, this will probably be one of the high conviction picks that is on INSZN's X, TikTok, and Instagram. So be on the lookout for that. Like I said in a few of the other videos or earlier in this video, the in-season AI predicted, it's done it a few times, but we normally do 5 picks. We probably won't this week just because of there's not a whole lot of games.
Yeah.
But last week, all 5 were correct. It's done that a few times. The model, like Christian said, is getting better and better, to where last week not only did it correctly predict all 5 winners and the outcome of the game, but all 5 winners also covered the spread. So in-season insiders that bet $100 5-leg parlay for those 5 high conviction picks to cover the spread ended up profiting about $2,400 off of that. So it's just kind of using that to show, one, how much better it's getting, just like Christian pointed out with the one predicting the upset in week 13, and now even more lopsided victory in Virginia's favor. But also it's refined itself so much that it's correctly predicting not just outcomes but spreads as well. So continue to check that out. Check out INSZN AI at INSZN.co, along with all of the advanced analytics. College basketball is coming soon. That should be up in the next few weeks, and then college baseball is thereafter. So INSZN really will be your one-stop shop for all things the big 3 college sports. So college football, basketball, and baseball. So we're also going to put in a promo code that allows you to get 25% off your access to INSZN right now. So that'll be in the description of this video. Anything else you want to talk about just as it relates to Duke, Virginia?
No, I mean, I think we can. I'm happy to go into a little bit more, but I think we've seen this matchup before. We actually talked about it a couple weeks ago, I believe, as well. So I think that I think the outcome of this game is pretty predictable. We've seen it happen 2 weeks ago, so I wouldn't expect anything different there.
Yeah. And then the other kind of matchup that we won't have a full video on and talk about, but Christian, can I just talk about briefly? James Madison, Troy.
Yeah.
It's a big spread. JMU really is the best team in the Sun Belt, by a pretty wide margin. But he can just show you quickly what INSZN AI is saying, and then what the advanced analytics are saying and all that. But go on and tell us what INSZN AI is saying.
Yeah, it's saying
Explain.
James Madison 98% chance of winning this game. Right now, the spread's 23.5. This is one of our lock pick convictions. I mean, I don't think there's too much more to say here. James Madison's a good program, top 25 program. Going against a solid Troy team, but they're 8-4 in the Sun Belt. I don't think there's much more to say about this game. James Madison's offense, has been solid this year. They're ranked 36th offensively and 26th defensively, going up against a Troy team that's 84 and 83 respectively. So I mean, I don't think there's much more to say about this game. It's a 23.5 point favorite in favor of James Madison. Wouldn't expect anything different there.
Yeah, I agree. I think JMU wins that game handily, and then they're watching the Duke Virginia game on Saturday night to root for the Blue Devils, and hopefully then they can get into the playoff. But that's, I think, their path to the playoff, just based on where the committee's ranking everyone right now. Mm-hmm. So thank you all for watching INSZN's College Football Show. Like I said at the beginning, I'm Braxton Wilkes, joined as always with co-founder Christian Berry. We are talking all things college football, and soon we will be talking all things college sports. So become an INSZN insider today by going to INSZN.co and using the promo code that is in the description of this video. And you can get 25% off access to that. Comment, like, subscribe on these videos. Let us know what you're thinking. Reach out to us if you have any questions. And until next time,